Hey everybody, this is going to be a basics series about RAM. I have here a bunch of different types of RAM, and I'm going to go through slowly and kind of teach you guys the differences by poking it and looking at it. So, we're going to start with some laptop RAM, SODIMM memories. And these are little. These are little guys because they have to fit in a little slot. I recently did a video about, removing and replacing them in a laptop, so you guys can get a lot more information there. But basically what those are literally memory sticks that are just condensed into a small space so they can fit into a laptop without being giant memory sticks. Now those are 2 gig each. So 2 gig each of DDR3. It's newer because it's from a newer laptop. And we're going to start out over here because these, whatever. Nobody cares about those. Nobody's building custom laptops anyways. Maybe you are. If you are, I salute you because that's something I won't do. Okay guys, so you're going to start off with your basic bitch memory. This shit's good. This is okay. This is what you need to start out with budget PC. So this is a stick of 1 gigabyte Kingston DDR2 RAM, and you can see all kinds of different informational numbers there. What you need to know is DDR2 and how many gigabytes it is. Basically everything else, unless you're really getting into it, is not really going to matter to you. You know what I mean? You can step up to this, which would be, your gaming memory. Ooh, even though it basically doesn't do anything that the other stick doesn't do. Same thing, it's a little bit faster memory, nothing else. It's 800 megahertz. Got your heat sink on top so it can, dissipate all that massive, not very hot heat that it generates. Anyways, you move up to your bigger sticks. This Super Talent RAM is a 4 gigabyte stick of DDR2 RAM. How many megahertz are you? You are 800 as well. So the Corsair XMS and the Super Talent are the same speed. The Super Talent just looks better. TBH, it looks a lot better. Super Talent is a brand I haven't really heard of, but I do like that Made in the USA sticker. Wait a minute. This doesn't have made in anything written on it. It was created in a lab. Anyways, after that you're going to move on to your installation techniques of the RAM. It's scary putting RAM in if you're not sure. Basically, see that stick? We're going to match it up the same way because there's this notch right where my thumb is. There's a notch inside of there. I'm sure you can see it. It's right in the middle. Right there. There. You're going to put it on and line it up in the holes. And it goes click, click. Sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it's hard to push RAM into the slot. Sometimes it feels like you're going to snap that motherboard. But unless you're doing it wrong, it's gonna click in. It's gonna be fine. No big deal. So moving on to our DDR3 sticks. This is PNY Accelerate memory from my wife's PC. It was what used to be an Arctic, but is no longer there because it doesn't fit the color anymore. So this is 1600 megahertz speed. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Perfect amount of speed. Inside the case, you can't really see that black ugly sticker that I colored with a Sharpie. I was trying to cover it up back when I didn't really know what I was doing, building computers, like 6 months ago, before I really started learning. There's your RAM stick. This is what you would call your basic gaming memory. It'll get the job done. Now moving up, I have my babies, my Fury HyperX from Kingston. This is 1866 hertz, megahertz speed RAM. It is the fastest RAM I've ever owned, which is not the fastest RAM they make. But the installation is the same, but I will show you something. See how the notches don't line up? DDR2 and DDR3 have different lineups. So that's an easy way to tell. If the notch is closer to the center of the motherboard, the center of the PCB slot, the SODIMM slot. I look away sarcastically as I talk to you, even though you can't see it. It's going to be a DDR2 stick. If it's closer to the top, it's going to be a DDR3. And don't even ask me about DDR1 because I don't know anything about it. That's my dad's territory. That's where he grew up playing with computers. Well, and before that, which was, I don't even know what they called it before then because I did absolutely zero research before this video. But that is your basics of RAM. That is what you need to know to get started on what to look for your system. So I want to thank you guys for kind of watching this video, trying to learn a little bit about your RAM, learn a little bit about your system. Maybe I helped you, maybe I didn't. Maybe you were wondering how to install it and you were just nervous because you were like, oh my god, Scar, I'm pushing on this RAM and my motherboard is bending. It's okay, it's gonna bend a little bit. That's part of the deal. But it'll pop in as long as you have those notches lined up. Even the laptop memory has the notch. Alright guys, like the video if you learned something. Definitely subscribe for more. Thank you guys definitely for, all the new subscribers. I mean, I've had like 5 or 6 subscribers in the past week or so, and that's awesome, guys. I'm really glad you guys are kind of enjoying me. I don't understand why, but we'll learn together, we'll play with computers, and we'll have a great time. So I appreciate you guys. Definitely stop on by and learn some more. It gets more nerve-wracking the more money you spend. Okay, bye guys.